And who was your 2022 Cinderella / Dark Horse Player of the Year?
Yeah, so it's funny because we talked about this, we put it in the notes, whatever. Okay, got to choose a guy. First guy that came to my head is the first guy that I chose, and that is Travis Etienne of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, look, he did not finish as an RB1. He did not win you leagues this year. He didn't win you championships this year necessarily. He helped you out along the way a lot, and he did pretty solid for you here. I mean, one could say he did win you a fantasy championship because he had 23 PPR points in week 17, which was solid. And then he had 12, 14, and 23 in the fantasy playoffs, which was really solid. He did not lose you any championship matchups. No. But my point is, look, he had some inconsistencies. He was banged up a little bit. But how good are you feeling about Travis Etienne right now if you have him on a dynasty team or you're looking at redraft next year? Pretty damn good, I would say. And I'm saying, like, obviously he was injured last year. So he didn't play at all last year. This is essentially his rookie season. So why aren't we comparing him with the other rookie running backs, which we should? I mean, he has a little bit of a leg up. He was in an NFL locker room all last year. He's with Trevor Lawrence. Of course, he has a leg up on some of the rookies. But, it is what it is. He has the same amount of playing time and opportunities in games to play as the rookies did this year. So I think we're looking at him now. He finished as running back 17 in full PPR. And he had some real blow-up games in the middle of the season. Like if you're looking at week 8 and week 9, he had 30 points and 26 points. That's a week winner right there. And even before that, 14, 12, 18. Like he showed me what he's capable of. And he showed me that his true ceiling is in Austin Ekeler. I 100% agree that, look, he's very young. He's going to be with his boy for the foreseeable future in Trevor Lawrence, who's balling out. The Jacksonville Jaguars are on the rise. They're a great offense. Like Doug Peterson is proving to be a legit head coach, and that his days in Philly weren't a fluke. So I just feel so good about Travis Etienne, man. Like I'm so happy because I traded for him in the middle of the season, and it was a trade with a lot of pieces. And this isn't a dynasty league, but still, it still matters. And like, it really hinged on like him succeeding really made me feel good about that trade. So I love what I've seen from him. And like, look, if you're looking at a guy like Dameon Pierce or like Brian Robinson, right? They're really good running backs, but do they have the pass catching ability and elusiveness to reach the ceiling of an Ekeler or a CMC? No. Etienne does. So that's why I'm so high on Etienne, and he is my Cinderella / Dark Horse / rising underdog for 2022.
It's a great pick. When you made the Ekeler comparison, I was a little nervous because I'm like, well,
I said ceiling.
Okay. And I agree with you now because my forethought process in the beginning was, well, he's not catching passes. He didn't really catch a lot of balls.
No, you're right.
But hey, there's potential. He's gotten enough so that there's room to grow, and I will take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, and just to add context, look, he had 220 attempts, 1,125 yards. He averaged 5.1 yards per carry, 5 rushing touchdowns. He had 35 receptions for 316 yards. But we know he's great at that. They just have to use
him. Said it was 35?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, next year, dude, if you can take that up into that 50 range, where Ekeler and CMC were probably way past that this year. But if you can get him into that 50-55 range, that guy immediately becomes a top 5 running back next year for the fantasy football team. He does have to kind of avoid the fumbles, though. He kind of got fumble happy, but they never turned away from him. So that's good. And they traded away James Robinson.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So the stars are aligning for Travis Etienne in Dynasty, and they certainly aligned for him this year on Jacob's roster, which is why Travis Etienne finds himself as Jake